NBA basketball. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. This homestand ends here for the Clippers as they get ready to hit the road. A great start of the season for them, playing very well so far.
Checking out Los Angeles. They've stayed right there near the top of the standings. One of those dangerous teams that can give any team a real tough challenge on any night.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, when you catch them at their best, they're an absolute handful.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Bulls 5 right now. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward. And you look at the Bulls, a bit of a different look for them, trading away Dang. They amnesty Carlos Boozer. It seems they're shuffling the deck.
No question about it. They bring in the Spanish League MVP and Nikola Mirotic. They've had some good draft choices as well, so a lot of new bodies for the Bulls.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. 2 open that time, made it look too easy.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Pass to Butler. On deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Butler's got 5 now.
And a lot of times his first quarter seems to dictate how big of a role he plays later on, and he's off to the good start.
Griffin a screen on Rose. Paul kicks to Griffin. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Paul passes to Barnes. Jordan trying to free himself up, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. He had a nice open look right there. 8 points for Butler.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Outside Griffin. Back to Paul. Kicks to Barnes. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Griffin. Crawford outside. Takes the 3. That is good. Crawford's got 5 points so far.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble. Well, Jamal Crawford has proven that no matter what role he plays, just call him buckets. He can flat out put the ball in the basket. You got to give him a lot of credit, though. He does change his game quite a bit depending on if he's coming off the bench or starting. I think that speaks to his IQ.
In transition, here come the Bulls. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
You know, he may lack grace, but his length makes up for it. He can still throw it down now.
Well, you don't have to be a fantastic leaper when you're his size.
Well, it's too bad because with a little more athleticism, can you imagine how dangerous he'd be underneath the boards?
Here's Paul. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. The dish to Barnes. His three-pointers off the mark.
And as you said with Jamal, a lot of players can't really make that change between being a starter or a sub, but he does it so smoothly in such short time, it really adds a lot of utility to this team.
Now here's Rose. Back to Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's 13 points for Butler.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Well, Crawford described it perfectly, Clark, when he said as a sixth man, you have to come in and force yourself into the game. As a starter, the pressure isn't there as much as you can go with the flow.
Yeah, players like him can often do one or the other. Come in firing off the bench or let the game come to you, but rarely can they assess what the team needs like Crawford does and adjust on the fly so smoothly.
Spencer Hawes is checked in for Los Angeles. Redick comes in for Jamal Crawford. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Mirotic is checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in for Pau Gasol. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. Now here's Paul. 11 points for him in that last game against Phoenix.
He was exquisite in that game, Kevin. It wasn't just the scoring, it was the passing, too. And his teammates, you could tell, were just really enjoying playing with him.
Redick dishes to Griffin. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Three-pointer, Heinrich. Another three for Chicago.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the defense getting bombarded. They just haven't been able to slow him down.
Ball against Brooks. Redick for three. The shot no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
Paul kicks to Griffin. To the left side wing. Paul outside. 6 to shoot. Fades and shoots. That doesn't go either for Griffin.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Chicago.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Davis is checked in for Griffin. And it's Farmar in for Chris Paul. Clippers trail by 14. 55 seconds left in the first. Redick passes to Farmar. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
Well, the Clippers had really good depth at the guard position, but last season their lack of depth along the front line was a real problem. One they hope has been solved this season.
And the technical free throw is good. Here's Farmar. Long range from the inbound. Here's Hawes. And at last, they get one to fall.
But the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
And looking at the Clippers bench, maybe the strongest in the NBA 2 seasons ago.
Well, the Bledsoe trade weakened their bench, but it strengthened their starting lineup. But a winning team in Los Angeles with a players coach like Doc Rivers, I mean, you knew they'd be able to find some help.
The Bulls leading by 11. Three-pointer, Heinrich, and he gets the bucket. Heinrich's got 6 points.
Tell you what, until this defense gets out and defends the three-point line, I mean, it's going to be a parade.
Yeah, we've already seen 3 in a row from out there.
Farmar kicks to Redick. Misses the wing J.
I thought he'd make that one. I mean, that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
NBA